Christmas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Box, the exciting show where we open a box and decide if the box rocks or if it's a box full of rocks.
I don't know if this is going to be a good episode.
And happy Friday to all of you out there. Pajukin, welcome to our very fun watch along of Fargo. Yeah, we all hear you, Dipper. I promise. The world knows you exist. What's going on, guys? We're back. We're watching Fargo. It's me. It's Maxwell. It's late. It's Friday night. We're going to have a good time watching this one. You in the background. Thank you. Dipper's been very excited. There was a pay-per-view that just ended. You know, he was very excited. You're muted, my friend. You know, the mute button.
Hi.
How
are you?
What's up? Oh, it's been a day, my friend. How are you?
Look, we're not a Schmodown network, but we are ancillarily related.
Yeah, I was like tangentially related.
So if I may, briefly, and here's going to be some spoilers, so if you haven't watched pay-per-view yet, maybe hold your ears for the next minute. First of all, my friend, exemplary questions as always. You continue to do stellar work. The matches this season have been excellent, both because the competitors are bringing it, but also because the level and creativity and cleverness of the questions is just chef's kiss. Hashtag team question writers right here. Brandy knows what's up.
Yeah, that's
second of all, I would like to send my incredible respect and love to both Marisol and Janine. That was one of the most thrilling matches I've seen all season. Obviously, Marisol eked out the win, but Janine played like a champion. She's a champion in my heart. She's always been a good friend and one of my favorites. And she deserves nothing but love and respect. She played her heart out. Now, if we weren't live right now, I'd be crying in the corner because I'm sad my girl Mara lost. Congratulations to Mike. That was a well-played match by both of them. But Mara's my girl. She is maybe my favorite of all the Schmodown competitors, and I cannot wait for her to find her way back to getting that belt, which, mark my words, she will.
Oh,
that's
that's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I just want to also say it is Mara's birthday, and I want to just wish Mara a happy birthday.
I'm sure you're not watching Mara, but on behalf of myself and PJ and everyone at the PJ Campbell Network, from Tim Franco to Chris Clark to Amber to Teresa to James and on and on and on and on. We love you, Mara. Happy birthday. It's unfortunate that this match aired on your birthday, but, I hope you can enjoy it and you have all of our love. And yes, it's true. I have had the distinct pleasure of sampling Mara's cookies, and they are, as the kids say, bomb AF.
So they slap is what you're telling me.
Oh, they're dope. They're deliciously dope.
Perfect. Well, we made it here, my friend, and I'm super excited because tonight we're watching the Coen Brothers movie Fargo. It's a movie that you and I both love.
One of my favorites of all time.
Yep.
Our wonderful executive producer, patron Brandy Parker, picked it. I assumed she was a fan, but I just learned that she only picked it because she's been making her way through my list of favorite movies that she hasn't seen, and this was on there. So I hope you like it, Brandy.
The thing I love is I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, "I'm literally going through everyone's letterbox list and like finding the stuff that's like 5-star rated on their list," and it made me think about what she's gonna see when she gets to mine. And I was like, my 5-star ratings sometimes are special, but every once in a while you hit a Tommy Boy, so it's all right, you know. So that's what I'm saying. And I want to say real quick, we already got a Streamlabs donation.
Oh.
Mr. Michael K said, I got to bounce, but hats off to the 2 finest displays of Schmodown competition. Those questions were stellar, and they have been all season. Mike, I love you. Thank you.
That's so nice, Mike.
Yeah, man. Someone said to me in the chat, I'm going to say it. They were like, you probably get tired of being told that the questions are really great. And I was like, no. Please never stop telling me that you actually
all of us here at the PJ Campbell Network are big fans of affirmation. So if you have compliments or nice things to say about us, bring them on.
Yeah,
bring them on.
Please say nice things if you feel like you need to, because it does. It makes me feel better.
Yes,
we
do have a Streamlabs. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, an affirmation, hit up streamlabs.com/the PJ Campbell Network tip, and we will read your comments on the air.
Yes, it still holds up, Sean. You know why I know? Because we just did a watch along for it not too long ago here on the network, and it's still the best. But man,
I'm gonna talk a little bit about the next few days on the network.
Do it.
Then we'll talk a little about Fargo, and then we'll start the movie.
Let's do it.
So there's still no water cooler chat because we're in between shows. As I mentioned, once Loki kicks off on June 9th, which is a Wednesday, we'll be doing the water cooler chat on Thursday nights, both because we don't want to wait that long to talk about that week's episodes of Loki, but also because of taping schedule of a certain show is hindering the ability to stream Saturday afternoons, which is fine. That does mean, for the most part, Front Center Mez is on hiatus right now. As we get closer and closer towards reopening, Broadway has a date back. TV is shooting. It has been increasingly difficult to get guests. I'm hopeful to do one show a month for the next few months through the summer. What that may look like, I don't know. I'm still trying to get some guests for interviews. May do highlight shows on particular musicals that I really love and get fans of it to talk about it. And I also kind of want to do a special show discussing the return of Broadway a little deeper in the summer once it gets closer. So Front Center Mez is not canceled. It's going to evolve and change as the world continues to change. That was really born out of the need and desire to want to continue and to talk about theater and share my love of it whilst everything was shut down. And I'm really proud of the 13 episodes of that we've done. And I hope to continue to make more episodes, just not at the frequency with which we were. And that's okay. And maybe we'll get to a point where we get some prior guests back on to talk about other things. Sunday night, it will be Unwind time. If you follow Sean Sullivan on Twitter, he has a special surprise for all of us. And I will be on the Unwind. I know I've been missing the last few weeks. I've had other stuff going on. But I will be on the Unwind this Sunday. So I'm really excited for that. Monday night, we will be doing a watch-along. It is most likely going to be the film picked by our patron, Brandon Buckingham, which is Fever Pitch, the baseball movie with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore. So that'll be fun. I will pretend to care about the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, I'm not, But when you're an executive producer patron, you kind of got to do what.
I'm wearing the goddamn hat, whether he likes it or not.
Look, I don't like the Red Sox either. So.
Well, I know.
Wednesday, Suddenly Soundtracks is back with an Off the Record. They're doing the Beatles album, Abbey Road. Great album. Be sure to join Chris Clark and all that. We will have a new episode of Show Me Naughty in the next few weeks. Stay tuned for that. And Box is coming within a week or so. Really fun episode for May. We do have a Patreon. Check it out. See if there's a tier that's right for you. We will be doing a patron AMA sometime probably next week. PJ and I will confer about that offline and pick a date and see what works with all the patrons. And I know we owe you guys 2 commentary tracks. So we're also going to discuss doing that, what films you want to do, and get those recorded for you so you can get those in your inbox.
I'm sorry that the other thing is taking all of my time.
Look, I mean, I'm happy to do a commentary with other people if you're not available. We'll make something work.
No, I know. I'm just saying I can also apologize to people.
Of course. But speaking of patrons, we do have some amazing patrons. Our executive producers, Brandy Parker, Brandon Buckingham, and Ricardo Franco. Our gold producers, Sean Wingblade and Mike K. And all of our lovely producers, Anton Putra, Mama Harris, Chris Pokernoy, Ferris Muthana, Jeff Alterman, a.k.a. Quiz Show, Jake Berlin, and Molly Damon from POV. We love you guys. Patricia Carrillo, Stephen White, Kale the Youth Critic, and Tyler Birch. Thank you all so much for your continued support. You help keep the lights on. We could not do any of this without you. Without further ado, we are going to get Fargo started in a second. I just want to say this is one of my absolute favorite movies, of course, written and directed by the Coen brothers.
Yep.
It's like a little over 90 minutes. It is insanely clever, deliciously dark. Frances McDormand's performance in this is one of my maybe 5 favorite performances by an actress ever in a movie.
Yep.
It is violent and hilarious. And the TV show, and if you had told me that they were going to make a Fargo TV show and it was going to be good, I would have been like, yeah, right. If you had told me they were going to make a Fargo TV show and it was going to be excellent, I would have said you're a liar. But it's excellent.
Yep.
It is excellent.
I mean, it's excellent. And this is in my top 20 films of all time. This is a movie that I love very, very much. I think there's a reason that it continues to stand the test of time. There's a reason that Noah Hawley was so drawn to the world and what the Coens created and tried to do something with it on television, which, again, when they announced it, I remember being like, fuck out of here. Like, it's the Coens aren't even involved, like, other than like tangentially putting their names on it. Like, no one wants this, and it turned out to be great. I think this is one of the smartest like noir thrillers maybe of all time, and I'm super excited to revisit it.
Hey PJ, before we get started, why don't you check out Streamlabs?
Oh, I know, we got another one. I was about to bring this up for you, actually.
There we go.
There's this person with blue hair or something in the chat, apparently. Might go by Burr. Not really sure.
Burr.
We jest a lot, but I love you both immensely. Have fun. Then we got another one, this time from the great Brandy Parker, who said, affirmations. I can give you all the affirmations. You're both utterly fantastic, and I'm so happy to have the shows coming back on track. You have been missed. Well, I missed you guys, let me tell you. This is my daily dose, or, it was my daily dose of normalcy and, like, just hanging out with people, and now we're kind of getting back to it, and it feels nice. So I miss you guys. I just want you to know.
Yeah, her hair is teal, not blue.
It's a fucking shade of blue. I put up with too much shit for this. Let's do this.
You're a fucking shade of blue.
I am. Goddamn right. You ready to watch Fargo, my friend?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
If you've never been here before, welcome to the PJ Campbell Network. If you're a returning viewer, I'm sorry. PJ is going to count down from 5. He'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. On play, we will start watching Fargo, which is available on Amazon Prime.
You're going to give me a fucking heart attack.
Chances are good that Dipper will start barking when PJ starts counting, so my apologies on behalf of his obnoxiously cute corgi. So whenever you're ready, Paja, get started, and we will Fargo this bitch.
5.
Don't be ridiculous, Patrick.
3, 2, 1, play. He's staring at me. He straight up got up, looked under the desk at me, and it was like, I'm gonna bark, and then he didn't do it.
Yes, he's getting a little too clever for his own good.
No. Hi, Dipper. He was out on the balcony with me all evening because I was working a little bit and watching the matches and bothering the POV crew.
Now, PJ, I want to mention this. Oh, okay. The movie always starts out with "This is a true story," which I love because readers, it is not a true story.
Well, you know what it also reminds me of is Anchorman, where they're like, all of this is based on a true story, but we just changed everything to not be a true story.
Yep. All of this happened exactly as you see, except none of it. Brandy said, so I literally have no idea. Oh, that you're in for a treat. It has some great surprises.
Yeah, this movie is incredible.
It is. Great music, too. I believe Carter Burwell composed the score.
I believe that is correct.
She doesn't even know the genre. Let's not tell her. Just let it unfold, and we'll see what she thinks.
Yep. Like, I made sure not to say anything.
I also find snow so beautiful, especially on film, and I think this has some of the best snowy shots in cinema. Good old Steve Buscemi. Such a great cast.
This cast is great, and that's the thing. I think the only thing that would have made this better is if John Goodman had showed up, just because he's Fargo.
Well, I feel like they got John
Coen
Carroll
brothers
Lynch to play the role John Goodman might have played.
Sure. But I'm just saying, like, and even Peter Stormare, like, coming through in this, which is one of the all-time greats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this score is, like you said,
so
just
good.
So good.
It's going to be stuck in my head for days now.
Honestly, you guys, if you've never seen the show, after we watch this, if you have the time, at least watch season 1. I think the show gets better as it goes.
Season 1 and 2 are excellent. 3 and 4 are good.
Yeah, but season 1 is the one most directly tied to the movie.
Correct.
Which is always kind of fun to go back to.
In a really clever way.
Yeah, but season 2 is the best only because it has Bruce Campbell and Ted Danson. And Patrick Wilson. And Kristen Milotti? Did I say it right?
Yes, and Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst.
Yep. And what's his name from Burn Notice? Jeffrey Donovan.
Uh-huh. Great stuff. And
dude.
Zahn McClarnon, who's great from Dr. Sleep.
Yep. Just good stuff. And what's her name is the lead of the family. Why am I blanking on her name? She was in Watchmen.
Jean Smart.
The TV series. Jean Smart, thank you. King of Clue. King
Clubs.
G, really. Clue, yeah.
What?
But I mean, because it's, how it's
it says King of Clubs.
No, I know, but because the lights are out, I was reading it like the lights were out. Because, when some people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, Patty's first time watching is this one, too.
Patty, hopefully your siblings are not watching.
Yeah.
By the way, we do have a merch store where you can get beautiful things like this watch-along cup, so.
Man, William H. Macy, though.
William H. Macy's been one of my favorite actors for a long time. I don't know how to feel about him with the Felicity Huffman stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that, to be honest with you.
He wasn't really named in any of it, but...
Mm-mm. The other thing that was so smart, and again, I mean, I know we're not talking about the show, Martin Freeman was the very obvious successor to William H. Macy if you were doing the TV show lead. You know what I'm saying? And Billy Bob Thornton was the very obvious successor to someone like Steve Buscemi. Just throwing that out there. We just got another Streamlabs donation, by the way.
Oh.
This time from one Mr. Wingblade who said, since you still haven't opened me another spot at Platinum, I'll pay my dues here. Don't shut up, but also take my money. And we know you're both busy as hell. We'll always be here. We love you, Sean. Thank you, bud.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to have 3 incredible character actors sitting around a table just verbally sparring with each other.
Well, and that's the thing, man. The Coen brothers, they're always known for their dialogue, and that always stands out, especially in the movies like this, where they really let the character actors shine. It's why stuff like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is another one we talk about all the time. Like, let the character actors do the carrying of your film and the dialogue. Jeremy, I haven't seen anything past like season 3 of Shameless, but I liked William H. Macy a lot in it.
It just has gone on and on and on and on and on.
It's ending right now, isn't it? Like, or just ended? One of the two.
Sometime this year. I don't know.
Yeah, Stardew No Country is real good too. It's not my favorite Coen.
I think this is the movie in the Coen's oeuvre that most works in symbiosis with that as a double feature. How was Fargo?
Gophers.
The accents in this movie.
Oh, it's so good. Do you imagine that most of the Coen brother movies, kind of like what Tarantino and Rodriguez do, kind of exist in like their own little world?
Certain ones definitely, I mean, have the possibility, but not as explicitly.
No. I just mean like some of the characters feel so similar, and I could see a world where like Oh Brother Where Art Thou and Fargo live in like the same juncture, different times, but similarly. Macy's such a great actor because he can flip into anything. And I get so caught up in his performance because you just look at it and it's like the voice, everything, no matter what he's in, he's always this good. And it's amazing he hasn't popped up in like an MCU movie yet or a DC.
He's in some of my favorite movies.
Yeah, he's great. He's just
like
great.
Magnolia, he's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I freaking love Peter Stormare in this too.
I love Peter Stormare in everything.
He was so good in his little bit in Constantine. I've always loved his performance as Satan in that movie.
Yeah. And by the way, this is William H. Macy's only Oscar nomination.
Which is crazy. Absolutely crazy because he's so good at what he does. I'm fucking hungry now, Jeremy, Raising Arizona is great.
Kingpin is by the Farrelly brothers, not the Coen brothers. Very good movie, just different brother directors. Whoa, white men. Look at all those white men.
Yep.
Jerry Lundegaard. Oh, you betcha. Oh, language.
This is why Patty's family should not be watching, is all I'm saying.
That's why? I was thinking more of a certain scene with a certain piece of equipment.
Yeah, but I mean, start early. That's all. I can't see a lumberjack statue now, though, without thinking of It Chapter 2. Is that weird?
No.
Like, legitimately. I just came up with the 5-point question.
Well, and everyone who's watching knows.
Yeah.
Oh, this is also another reason why Patty shouldn't be watching with her family.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine having sex next to someone in the same room unless you're all doing it together, which could be fun.
Brandy, it is way less family acceptable than just the word fuck. Let me
just you wait, Brandy.
Is that what is that, a corgi in the background? It kind of looks like a corgi in the background.
It kind of does.
Doesn't it? I'm not crazy, right? I know it's a weird thing to latch onto, but
could be a fox as well.
Yeah, it could be a fox. I just happened to see the thing that looks like a small, beady-eyed creature. Shout did a pretty great release of this a couple years ago with a steelbook that I was very happy to get. So this guy's a character actor and he's in a bunch of stuff, and I'm blanking on his name, but I've seen him in quite a few things. But I just rewatched The Longest Yard, and he's 100% in The Longest Yard.
The Adam Sandler one?
Yeah. Have you seen it in a bit? Do you remember the movie?
It's been a while.
There's a scene towards like when they're going into the game against the cons and the people who run the jail, but he plays the con who's up in the booth that's supposed to be running commentary with the other guy, and he doesn't really talk. And he makes me laugh every time. And that's a weird thing to notice, but
yeah, Patty said the announcer.
Yeah, exactly, the announcer.
Steve Rivas is his name. Thank you, Brandy.
Mean machine. Now give me your wallet. I'm just kidding. I really love The Longest Yard. Just want that thrown out there.
Cool. I assumed you looked it up, Brandy.
Jeremy, not for whatever reason. I legit think that The Longest Yard might be one of the last really great Sandler flicks. I really like that movie, actually. I think it's really quite good and gets overlooked in the conversation of good movies that he did back in the day. So, always worth a revisit. I just rewatched it, man.
I like
the new
Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, I liked Hubie Halloween a lot, actually. Surprisingly, because I wasn't sure, and I really liked that movie. So
it was fun. These two have such great chemistry.
They're so good together, enough that I would like to have seen them do more.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you remember how Tarantino wanted to do a Vega Brothers movie? I would have loved to see a continuation of Fargo with these two in some capacity.
I was just going to say how amazing it is to note that we're almost 20 minutes into the movie and we have yet to meet our main character.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing more uncomfortable than watching someone just wildly in over their head and trying to claw their way out of the issues they're creating for themselves.
Meet the Parents is like the poster child of that.
This one too.
Yeah. Like anytime. Oh, and Uncut Gems.
Oh, Uncut God, Gems. That movie is amazing. You and I saw that together in the theaters.
Yes, we did.
But boy, that movie makes me uncomfortable in the best way. I love that movie.
I love that movie. It was.
I have a basketball. Me too. I have a basketball on display in my house that A24 made that says Uncut Gems on it.
God, Silver that movie basketball is so excellent, but goddamn, yeah, it hurts to watch in the best.
Well, I remember you, me, and Keon, who you guys might have seen in the chat, were there, and like we were all like clutching on to our armrests the whole movie, and we were at the Alamo Draft House, and we had food and drink, and none of us were eating or drinking because we were just watching the movie. Like, what's happened?
I'll never forget. It ended, and Maxwell looked at me, and he was like, "I couldn't tell if you liked it or not because you were so." Just like zoned in on what was happening and you look so uncomfortable. And I was like, that's the sign of a great movie.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because you were like stone faced and like anxious the whole time. I was like, is he hating this or is he so into it that it's really messing with him? It was the latter.
Yeah. Oh, the best. This whole scene, by the way, is so good. And the brilliance of it is like the music is almost playful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've always liked about it is
this movie is a comedy. It's a dark comedy.
Oh yeah.
But it is very, very funny. And intentionally so. These are the types of questions we don't ask.
I think that's the point of these characters though too, right?
They're not very smart.
Yeah, they're not brilliant individuals. Like, well, he's already got his mask up.
Yep. Just making an absolute mess.
Yeah.
They're the worst robbers this side of the wet bandits.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh God. I should not laugh, but it's so funny. Well, then, Brandy, the answer is because they're idiots.
Yeah. And again, Peter Stormare in this moment, like almost stone-faced at what just happened and realizing how dumb he actually is.
Yup.
You know who was really great in season 1 that we don't talk about nearly
Billy Bob Thornton or Glenn Howerton?
Key and Peele.
Oh, yeah, Key and Peele were great.
Yeah, like, there's all the people we talk about in season 1, but no one talks about Key and Peele. And they're so good. What the heck are you talking about? I can't even do that accent. It's just so over the top in the best way.
Brandy, have you had your equilibrium checked? Because that doesn't sound good.
Why does William H. Macy basically look the same for 30 years, by the way? Like, he really hasn't aged a lot. Like, he's always taken care of himself, you know?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. It wasn't until Shameless where I was like, okay, William H. Macy's starting to look
I
older.
love this shot. That's such an iconic shot.
Oh, so good. You know what he was really great in, actually, was The Lincoln Lawyer. Small part, but he's really good in that movie. If you've not seen The Lincoln Lawyer, please see The Lincoln Lawyer.
What year did that movie come out?
2011. Don't even. I already feel bad. That was over a year ago, too. Jesus Christ.
I just like to mess with you.
No, I know. I just rewatched that, actually, because I love a good courtroom.
There's a TV show coming, isn't there?
There is on Netflix. I was hoping it would land on Amazon because I wanted it
so they could cross over with Bosch. Well, Bosch is ending, but they're doing a new Bosch spinoff that'll be part of IMDb TV, which will still be on Amazon.
And it's still essentially Bosch, which is the confusing part. Because, like, everyone's coming back, including Titus as Bosch. Oh, Brandy says she has vertigo and she's a klutz, and it's a dangerous mixture. I can understand that.
We still have yet to meet our main character, and we're 23 minutes into the movie. I always find that interesting.
Yep. And all of this here, when he kind of realizes, like, the thing happened, but also it doesn't look like the thing happened maybe the way it should have.
Mm-hmm. There's a crowbar.
And again, the music, that little pan up, so good.
So good.
I think there's a reason. Oh, go ahead, my friend.
No, go ahead. I was just saying the way the camera's sort of like moving in on him. The missing shower curtain.
Yeah, and I think there's a reason that this continues to be the Coen Brothers movie that stands out and is considered their best, because
it's my second favorite Coen Brothers movie.
What's your number one?
Inside Llewyn Davis.
I can see that. That
movie speaks to me on such a deep level.
Yeah. And this whole thing right here where he's trying so hard to practice what he's going to say.
He's rehearsing. It's so funny because, like, the way he talks and acts, you think he's such a good person, but he's actually a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. My shoulders are killing me. I carried an 80-pound mattress myself from outside up into my bedroom and set it up, and it really hurt my shoulders. So forgive me. But I'm excited to sleep in a comfy new mattress tonight instead of on an air mattress, which I've been doing all week. Excuse me for stretching.
Tags is a real thing because I've been pulled over for tags before by mistake when I've gotten a new car and I forgot to put the new license plate on. Like, I had it in the car and just had never put it on. So those things happen, man. I get it.
Yeah.
That shot too of the light on his face has become very
Buscemi's face, yeah.
Like just the one of him specifically, like looking back.
I don't want to speak out of turn, so I'm just making sure. Yeah, Roger Deakins shot this movie. He's worked a lot with the Coens, and I think arguably Roger Deakins is the greatest cinematographer that ever lived.
I think that's a safe bet.
At least top 5.
I mean, top 2, honestly, if we're talking about it.
Well, like, you got Chivo. You got the late great Conrad Hall, Bruno, Delvin. There's a lot of good ones.
Deakins is always just stick out to me. That's why I was glad he finally won way too many years
for
late.
Blade Runner 2049.
And it was a movie, it deserved it too, don't get me wrong. But like
I think he should have won again for 1917.
Yeah, agreed.
Because that movie.
Brandy said Deakins is the only name you said that I've heard before. Perfect. Brandy.
Fair enough. I mean, he's really like probably the most famous and well-known cinematographer too. Like he's a brand unto himself.
Yeah. Who was I should know this because he directed Transcendence, Nolan's.
Wally Pfister.
Yeah, Pfister was a good cinematographer too.
Yeah. Well, now he works with Feed and Papa Michael or someone else. Hoytema. Yep. Height Van Hoytema? I don't know.
It's interesting too because like
sometimes there's too much in my head and I conflate it all and I can't keep track.
That's where I am all the time, and I try to write trivia for a living.
I am about to try to answer trivia, not for a living, but for sport.
Yeah.
On the First Class League. Catch me there.
I write it for a living for sport. So, same thing. That shot.
The shot with the blood squirting.
Yeah.
That is such a good use of a squib.
And then the blood on his face, too, in the moment. Again, Peter Stormare in this.
He's so great in everything.
There's a lot of movies that did it.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies that tried to rip off the aesthetic of Fargo. The one that I like is The Ice Harvest.
Yeah. Which
with John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton.
There it is. And is Aykroyd in that one too?
There's someone else in it. Well, Harold Ramis directed it.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if Aykroyd was also in it because I kind of
Oliver Platt. Randy Quaid is in it, and Oliver Platt.
Oh. Maybe it was Quaid I was thinking about.
I think so. Yeah, good movie. It's technically a Christmas movie. I watched it this past year and really enjoyed it. I got the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a little bit. I need to revisit it. But like trying to ape Fargo became a thing for a little while. Like anytime a movie like this does well, the studios think that they need immediately to go to it. Like, I mean,
no,
Fargo, right?
What you need to do is give visionary or, smart filmmakers the opportunity to tell the stories they want to tell. Yeah. Don't watch Fargo and say, let's make more Fargo. Say, oh, the Coen brothers did this. Let's find the next young, fresh talent.
Like Sicario happened, and what did Last Blood end up being? A Sicario-style Rambo film. Like, that was exactly what the studio did. Like, they looked at it and they said, well, we can do that. And that's all the time, right? Like, and this shot right here of the kids who, like, slow down, and we've all been there, right? You see an accident of some sort and you do the rubbernecking.
Yep.
But the seriousness in this moment of realizing what's happening.
31 minutes into a movie that's an hour and 30 minutes, and we have yet to meet our main character.
The way
I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that, but
because it's about the graceful usage of time in this movie, right?
Well, and she won
right
Best Actress.
It was her first Best Actress win, right?
It was her first win. She had been nominated for supporting for Mississippi Burning and didn't win.
Right. Okay. Because that was
so.
Her.
Every time she's been nominated, what's up, Cheryl? Every time she's been nominated for Best Actress, she won, and then every time she's nominated for Supporting Actress, she lost.
Which was also, if I'm
Can you name the other two movies she was nominated for Supporting Actress?
As Good as It Gets.
Nope.
No, because we went over that. I thought it was, and I was wrong. Shit, what was it?
One of them is about rock and roll.
It was Almost Famous.
And the other one is a Charlize Theron movie called North Country.
I forget about North Country because I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest. And I mean,
the way he's just The way he's just slowly walking and the guy's running and he just right in the back. Boom.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because I would have to watch Silence of the Lambs because technically Hannibal Lecter's one lead actor. He's barely in the movie. I'm not sure how long into that movie he enters.
And he's only in that movie for like 15 minutes, which is hilarious.
Yep. You know, once we meet Frances McDormand, she's all over the movie. But it takes about half an hour to get to that. And I just find it such a fascinating way to construct your narrative.
Yeah.
Just score, guys.
You know, now that Hannibal Lecter's been brought up, is Anthony Hopkins your preferred of the movie Hannibal?
Of the movies?
That's what I was saying, specifically of the movies, because I think I agree, obviously, that Mads is the Hannibal.
Here we go. The inimitable Frances McDormand as a Marge Gunderson. There's a part of me that wants to go Brian Cox.
Because he's my preferred.
Because he's so great and Manhunter's incredible.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think Silence of the Lambs is one of the great movies, but I think Manhunter's woefully underappreciated and underseen.
Yep. And there's a great Shout Factory
Great
release.
Shout Factory release, which I have. And you also have William Peterson in it from CSI.
Yep. There's a couple of great character actors in it. The guy who was Dollarhide is... Oh, fuck. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't pull it right now. My mind is a mess.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Who played Dollarhide in that? The villain. Why can I? Is it Thomas Noonan?
Yes. It is Noonan.
I still got
yes.
it. I've still got it.
Okay. And this is the great John Carroll Lynch, who we were talking about. I don't know. Oh, because he was in The Invitation.
Yes. And what's so funny, you know, we were talking about earlier that we watch movies that clearly ape a certain brand and stuff. Kevin Smith did Red State with John Goodman, and there's a scene with John Goodman that is very reminiscent of that.
Red State has a certain Coen Brothers influence to it.
Oh yeah,
little Tarantino, a little Coens,
and a little bit of Rodriguez too. That movie is bonkers if you've never seen it because it feels nothing like a Kevin Smith movie, while also being totally a Kevin Smith movie.
I've only seen it once, but I remember enjoying it. John Goodman's great, and Michael Parks in that movie.
Terrifying. That was one we almost did that. Remember last year for Scary Movie Squad? It was very close to being one that was on the list.
It's hard to watch. You can't find it.
That's why we didn't. I mean, I have it on Blu-ray, but even the Blu-ray is out of print at this point. So
yeah, I tried to get it actually, and you can't. I agree. Her uniform does look like pajamas. It's such a funny uniform.
Well, one of the brilliant things about her in this too is like she, you know, obviously, number one, as weird as it is, like you put Frances McDormand in it, and there's not a lot of movies, unfortunately, that had women as the protagonists like this. But she's also like pregnant.
Yep.
And it makes such a different situation. Thanks a bunch. God, she's so good in this too.
She's incredible. Like I said, legitimately one of my all-time favorite performances in a movie.
The little right there, even,
and that look back, like every physical aspect, the way she talks, the way she carries herself, it is flawless. Oh, jeez.
Jeez. I guess it's a defensive wound. Just the way she says it. Yeah. How much of How I Met Your Mother did you watch? Did you watch it from beginning to end?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen every episode.
Do you remember when they go to Minnesota to see Marshall's family?
Yep.
This is exactly how they talk in that too.
Yep.
And
yeah. Don't you know?
I always think of the dude at the convenience store who looks at Lily and goes, "You are taller than described." And he says it in like the very thick Minnesota accent. Oh, it's so good.
Jeez.
Well, that passed.
So funny. Excuse me. Ugh. One of the things I love about this movie is Marge is a great cop.
Yeah, she's
you know, it would be easy to make a character like her pregnant, a little,
aloof.
very Minnesota. And she's a great cop. I guess Fargo's in North Dakota, not Minnesota, but it's so close to Minnesota that it like straddles the line.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's a good one. The little look she gives is the best part. Again, it's the character's personality and shit is just...
She's so good.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes this movie so special, again, we've talked about it a lot, but it's really a comedy at its core, a dark comedy, but it's always continually very funny.
Very funny. And sometimes you're like, I shouldn't be laughing at this, and then that makes you laugh even more.
And I think that's why it's always stood out to me. Like, it just stands out for being so specially different like that. Because it's like a Tarantino movie, right? Tarantino's movies are all inherently very funny without the necessary...
I mean, the funniest part in Pulp Fiction is when they accidentally shoot Marvin in the face.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
And you know what movie definitely tried to ape that was the fucking Boondock Saints. Like, Troy Duffy just ripped off Tarantino left and right.
I really do not care for that movie.
I have a soft spot for, like, a very specific time of seeing it, like, nostalgically, but I don't think it's a good movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's wildly problematic, and Troy Duffy is one of the worst. But there's a nostalgic pool for sure for me that I actually have a theory in my mind that the second movie's the better movie by quite a bit, actually.
I never bothered to see it.
And again, I think the brilliance of casting William H. Macy as this character, like, he's such a scumbag, but you like him because he's William fucking H. Macy.
As soon as I said that, Brandy, I was like, somewhere Jake heard what I said and he's going to show up and yell at me. But
and again, nothing to fucking defend.
I take no umbrage with people who like things I don't like. I just don't like it.
But also, I understand why someone wouldn't like that movie, and I would never take umbrage with them feeling that way, you know?
No.
Like,
right now, I feel like this. See?
Yep.
And when I watch that movie, I feel like this.
That's fair. The laughter is really what sells it too. Like her running around and them laughing, which makes it so much worse and better.
I agree. Yeah, the sweaters in this movie are on point. They really lean into the winter gear.
I think that also another thing is that the actors coming in and out just are so good in the like key little parts that they play.
The movie feels so lived in.
Yeah, like everything is perfectly balanced, cast, all of it.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we've already discussed that Frances McDormand won Best Actress for this movie at the Oscars.
Yes.
The movie won one other Academy Award. What category?
It wasn't
Go with your gut.
Obviously. I was gonna say screenplay.
Yep.
Yeah. Original it would have to be, right?
Yep.
Makes the most sense for this movie. Like
Yep, I agree.
Oh yeah, that can happen.
It can.
Yeah, betcha, yeah. They say yeah so many times in that scene, and it's just the back and forth is so good.
Yeah.
And her trying to smile through it, where it's like this is so painful.
Hitting it is not going to help. Oh. Do you like bark beetles, PJ?
No, fuck no. Are you kidding me?
You're like, no. What sort of a question is that, you idiot?
Although I have definitely been that person who's been up late at night and you're like, how the fuck is this the thing on the television and why am I not turning it off?
Well, back in the 90s, there was like 4 channels at night. Now you can at least find something on Food Network or Game Show Network to watch at 4 in the morning.
Or fucking like Netflix, like just put on.
Well, yeah. Now you have, whatever you want to watch at your fingertips. Tippy, tippy, tippies. Mike Yanagita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The way they talk in this movie kills me.
Every time, man.
Mike Yanagita. I could not imagine having to try and sell cars.
No, that's like my worst fear in the entire world, if I'm honest with you. Like, I'm fairly personable as a human being, but post-COVID, I just feel like I'd be miserable at trying to do that because I just get so irritated with people now. It'd just be like, I don't want to deal with you. Just get out of my dealership. Like, I'm good. Blood has been shed, Jerry. The thing I love about Steve Buscemi in this is that he goes like full Steve Buscemi.
Full Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, when Steve Buscemi goes full Steve Buscemi, it's a fucking delight. You know what I'm saying?
He's such a great actor in so many things.
Yeah. I wish that I actually like him when he pops up in some of the Sandler stuff because I think Sandler's figured out a good use for him sometimes.
I thought he was funny in Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, and I always think, is it Mr. Deeds? I think he's really funny in Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, I agree.
In Happy Gilmore. No, Billy Madison. I apologize. Billy Madison. Yeah. Everyone just keeps saying yeah. If this was remade in 2020, they'd be all saying yes.
I'm so uncomfortable with this character.
Yeah.
He just keeps digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself. Ugh.
Oh, that buffet. Remember when people went to buffets before COVID?
I mean, all the bodegas in New York have their buffets open again.
Do they? That's amazing. Mm-hmm. We love a good bodega is all I'm going to say.
Yep.
And if you don't know what a bodega is, get it together, people. Actually, Tim Franco and I went to an Asian buffet recently.
Awesome.
You got a couple of them down here still. John Carroll Lynch, though, man. He's so good in this, and he doesn't do a lot.
Very little, but...
Yeah, and it makes me love him even more, and now I just want to...
How's the fricassee? Oh!
Yeah, what's up,
Look
dude?
who showed up. What's up, Keon? Long time no see. Oh, wait. I saw you yesterday.
And our bodega is only on the East Coast. It kind of feels like it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
Most people don't even know what a bodega is, really, like, on the West Coast, I feel like. This is a conversation I had with people in Los Angeles a lot, so I'm going to go with yes.
Yes. Oh. Oh. Oops.
Yeah, corner stores and bodegas are somewhat similar, and I mean, like, LA had plenty of corner stores and like shit, but they just didn't know them as bodegas. Is basically what I'm saying. Correct.
Yeah, it just literally is a corner store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. A good bodega must have a bodega cat.
I also think a good bookstore should have a book cat. Bookstore should always have a cat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy. I love this hat she's wearing. I'm alive.
I'm very glad that you're actually alive, though, because I worry about that, you know.
Oh, yeah? Sorry, I'm probably annoying everyone with my oh, yeahs, but... I love the like jazzy music that's playing.
Yeah. And this shot of the cars with the snow on it, it's real good too. Like, they really just set the tone and the feel of this area, man. Like, it feels like a lived-in world that is real. Because it is, I mean, you know, to a point, obviously, but like... I also love that shot sits so long to let him drive around a parking lot to park in a space. Like, incredible. Just incredible.
The Coen Brothers films have always been well-paced to let moments linger and breathe.
Yeah.
No rushing.
And it's the right moments, too. Like,
which is amazing, because this movie's only 95 minutes, but it still feels lived in.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Bleep, blep, 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 flurp, blep. I could not agree more. Just a stunning insight into the
especially on this movie. Yeah. I was going to say, like, you know, I see people who talk about movies can't be great if they're not like 2 hours at least. And it's like, there's plenty of movies that fly in the face of that. And this is one of them. I kind of like his coat.
Well, I'm glad it is your first language, Amber, because you're not particularly excellent at English. So at least that explains it. Kidding.
That guy right there, I know it's not, but he kind of reminds me of Derek Mears.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I find very helpful when I have the vapors? A nice fan. Always helps me get rid of the vapors. Mm. Mm. Who called ya?
I just want to take a moment to be like, we all know what it was like to have a pad of paper in front of you, and you have nothing else better to do in your life than like make designs on it. We have all been there in life.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I've done it as an adult. I did it as a kid. I did it as a teenager, like in class, just like doodling. And I'm a terrible artist, so it was just like bland designs, but you know.
So Amber would like us to vote. Should she stop for ice cream? The answer is yes.
I mean, ice cream is always yes.
The answer is yes, especially if it's Twisty Treat. Brandy also votes yes. She's so good at disarming the people she's interviewing.
Like the best, which is why it's so uncomfortable seeing them together like that.
So then where would you go get ice cream after midnight? The store?
The bodega.
The bodega? Sort of like a lights up in Washington Heights at the break of day. I wake up and I got this little punk I gotta chase away. Pop the grate at the crack it on sing while I wait down the awning. Hey, y'all, good morning. I am a snob and you probably never heard my name. Reports my family greatly exaggerated, exacerbated the fact that my 6X is highly complicated because I immigrated from the single greatest soul place in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic. I love it, Jesus. Just tell me on that ever since poets on and gone back. Goddamn, I get it on that. That sort of bodega?
That's the exact one, actually.
What's up, Buck? We love you too, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Hope you're having a lovely Friday late night. Ooh, Wawa.
Fun fact, I've never actually had Wawa.
I mean, you could be here for a PJ. And don't tell me to amend my fucking tone. Okay? Wow. Mikey Anagita. This guy. So.
Oh, thanks, Brandy. I appreciate that. You know, we've talked about Fargo the series a lot lately. But do you ever wonder, like, whatever happened to him, Marge?
Yes.
It's not just me, then.
Imagine if season 5 was like Marge's return.
Could you? That'd be fucking amazing. I'm curious, though, if they'll do another season since it's FX Fox now. Because that was greenlit pre-merger, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if Disney would be wanting. I mean, it'd be hard to imagine they wouldn't want to because it's one of their like critical darlings and stuff. But you know,
Oh, Christopher Clark. What's up, buddy?
oh, what's up, Clark? It's good to see you, buddy. Oh yeah, you tell me whenever I finish my workouts on my Apple Watch by mocking me that I have finished a workout. I see you, Amber.
I would like to retract my statement and admit that yes, Amber is one of my biggest fans.
No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that to. I like Brandy. I like Amber just fine. She's very nice to me and says nice things, and she makes me feel better when I'm deep inside my head, which is...
She is a very good person and a very good friend.
Yeah. Amber, I said way nicer things. Like, I actually like the things that you do to help me, so you know.
Yeah, I think everyone in the chat right now has a blue wrench.
Yep, pretty much. This performance, again, this scene shouldn't be funny, but there's something about the breakdown that is almost funny in a painfully sad way.
I agree.
Remember when people actually used to be in a room like that together and watch shows?
It's coming back soon.
It is. It's going to be brilliant. A little of the old In-N-Out. I really want In-N-Out right now. That sounds delicious. I could use a burger.
Burgers are good.
Burgers are good. The crazy thing is how close to the end we already are on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, stuff is just starting to really fall into place and escalate. Her face through all this, she's, like, not interested. And it makes me laugh. I'm hearing bells.
Oh, chef.
There's something about that small, like, detail of he hadn't even gotten his second shoe on yet that really stands out. Again, like, it stands out in this moment that he's been caught totally off guard. It's a small thing, but that's how good the Coens are at what they do.
Yep.
And again, like just the escalation of the situation, because now the father-in-law is way more involved than he was going to be, like being on the call. It's so good. People in this movie spend a lot of time practicing the shit that they're going to say to the other person.
Really do.
Like, it's not the first
time. Because
it's
people who are wildly in over their head and should not be involved in this sort of crime shenaniganery. Shenanigans. Yeah. Shenanigans. I was combining chicanery and shenanigans.
I knew you were trying to say shenanigans, but I was like, shenanigery just sounds like also kind of a word in a way. So
shenanigery?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like a word.
Shenanery. Oh, that works. Shenanery.
That works.
Shenanery.
Also, just him being like, oh, geez, after being shot? Are you kidding me?
Right. Oh, no. My movie froze.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's back.
Okay, perfect. He shoots him so many times.
But he got shot in the face.
Yeah, but he shot him first. Let's be real.
That makes it okay?
I mean, he shot the dude first, so he shot him back, and then he shot him a bunch of times. I mean, you have to own the shit that you do sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
True enough.
Oh man, the Amber's about to become Steve Buscemi in this because apparently the Wawa that she went to has no ice cream.
Oh my god. That's a huge disappointment. I'm more invested in Amber's quest for ice cream than I am in this movie at this point.
That's not true.
I've seen the movie before, Brandy, and I also thought, I was like, oh no, he's going to 8 Mile himself and shoot him in the balls.
But also, how good is 8 Mile? That's all I want to say is, like, how good is 8 Mile?
8 Mile is really good. I'm upset Marshall never appeared in more films.
Me too. Didn't you and I have that conversation recently, actually? Like, he really should have. And he was supposed to be in Southpaw. And, like, I like Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie fine, but I would have loved to see what it looked like with Eminem in the lead.
But just think about how much sweeter it'll be when you finally acquire it.
The thing that I like about Fargo overall as like a storytelling device, whether it's the movie or the TV show, it really is the escalation of the situations, because the slow build and burn to the situations crescendo, if you will, is always...
Yeah, it's a slow build of people who try to do bad things and end up wildly over their heads.
Mm-hmm. It's some of the best framing of storytelling that you can do, honestly. Like, it's not easy to balance sometimes, but done correctly, it's brilliant.
Nice. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Oh, my movie froze. I froze. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
You're all good. We're still watching Fargo. We're almost to the end.
Well, I'm not.
Well, do you need me to count you in?
I need a minute, and then I'll get the time code.
Maxwell, what's your favorite ice cream? Or did you freeze again? This whole scene is just so brilliant. Like, these people in this town are just so out of it, and it's just they're different. They live in this whole other plane of existence, and it makes me smile and laugh every time. End of story. That's like Tron, end of line. I just appreciate that everyone talks about Steve Buscemi as just like a funny looking dude. Also, like the fact that his description is just funny looking will never not be funny to me. Storm's coming, Harry. That's what they're all thinking right now. Storm's coming, Harry. But all that money, though, right? I could use that kind of money right now. Hey, guys. Good to see everyone. Hope you're doing well. I hope Maxwell's able to come back soon. I'm going to guess that a paper towel to the face is not going to fix the bullet hole that you have in also your face. It's really toilet paper more than anything, I feel like. Maybe a little bit of Band-Aid here. But, like, not smart is all I'm saying. It's so weird because I've basically only lived in cities for so long now that I forget that there's actually places really in America that are just this open and frozen and weird like this. Like, I don't think about it that much, but these are real things that really exist still. Brandy, is Colorado like this? I don't know. I have no reference. I haven't been to Colorado before. But if it is, that's good to know. Yeah, I agree, Brandy. He doesn't seem to carry one with him ever, if at all. And he also would be much easier to describe with a hole in his face. I do not disagree with that. Okay, so you also live in the city. That's good to know. I have no idea. And I think, again, the brilliance of all this is like everyone is in over their head in the situation. Everything continues to escalate. And even the little things there, just him trying to like hide the money and get back to the car and like trying to hold his face together. And the little character moments just, they really work in this movie, man. Well, geez. Every conversation is just so many of the same words being repeated, and that's just makes me laugh, man. Hardee's. Is Hardee's Carl's Jr.? That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, that's how it is. The thing I love about Frances McDormand is she just truly does feel like an every person, which makes her roles in movies like this just so excellent. Because she feels like she could be any one of us in this situation. But like right here, her walking in, just kind of over it, to be honest. And she's like, I have all these questions. But the way she walks in, she just looks so kind of just like almost disheveled and like over it. Their back and forth is so good. I think that's what continues to make the movie so special and like so insanely rewatchable is the moments like this where they are actually on screen together, because William H. Macy is great and Frances McDormand is also great, and to see them going back and forth doing Coen dialogue is just so excellent. And I think that's what has always stood out to me. Oh, thank you, Randy, for letting me know that they're the same. I thought that they were. I couldn't remember. Again, I'm mostly just a West Coast dude, so, you know. What the Christ? Jeez. What the Christ? Does anyone say that? Like, what the Christ? What a word. What a phrase. Word. Phrase. That's what I meant. Darn tootin', right, Brandy? What great dialogue. And the characters just everything they're living through just every time. So spectacular. He's like the world's worst criminal because he just continues to leave shit in front of people where it's so easy to be found. He's so bad at this. Just like Uncut Gems. We really should have almost done a double feature of Uncut Gems with this just to see how this goes. He's fleeing the interview. She can't even get the outside line. Again, it's the little things in this. Like, what is not to like about this whole thing and the way it plays out? Hey, look, it's Bruce Campbell. Applause, everybody. That is, in fact, Bruce Campbell on the television screen. My boy Bruce. Look at him. Look at that young Bruce Campbell. Ah, man. Makes me happy. He has a cameo in a few different Coen Brothers movies. I just like that he's starring in a soap opera in a movie within the television or a television show within the movie because Bruce Campbell for everything. What's your favorite Bruce Campbell performance, guys? After I got shot in the face, too. How do you split a car? And again, I think that these two in particular are just so fun to watch, and I really would have loved to see a way for them to bring these characters back in some capacity in the way that Tarantino had talked about trying to use the Vega brothers, which of course he also never did. But I guess now, since he wants to write more novels, he could theoretically do a Vega brothers novel pre-Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction if he wanted to. And now they're like just fucking murdering each other. That's Brandy. Being a fan of Evil Dead is, or not a fan of Evil Dead is okay. I don't judge people for that. Paige and I have had that conversation lately because she's also not a fan of the Evil Dead movies, and it's okay, man. Like, not everyone has to like everything that everyone likes. Evil Dead is just my thing. Amber, I'm happy to hear you got your ice cream. I really am. It's what we like to see around here. Well, thanks for sticking around, guys. Sorry that Maxwell had the technical difficulties and all, but happy that you guys are still here hanging with me all the way to the end. She found the car. She found the car, guys. Snow just looks so disgusting once it's like mixed with the dirt like that. Just dingy brown. Like, everyone thinks snow is white and fluffy and wonderful, and it doesn't always look like that, man. Oh, the scene is happening. The thing that everyone knows of this movie is about. Well, not about, but the thing that happens in the movie, I guess, is the better way to describe it. No, Kale, this is not necessarily a solo adventure. Maxwell has been having some internet issues and stuff, so I'm holding down the fort, if you will, surviving my best, and I think we're doing okay. But we're at the scene, and this scene, there he is. He's back. What's up, buddy?
My computer just went.
Yeah, it happens. I get it though.
Can I get a time code, please?
Yeah, absolutely. He's putting someone into a fucking tree shredder at 128, 128, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
So, like, the most iconic scene of the movie?
Yes, you came back right in time for the wood chipper. I was talking a little bit about...
That is a lot of blood.
It is a lot of blood. What Jackie Chan film also used a wood chipper in its... that the villains use. So, am I remembering correctly?
Rumble in the Bronx?
Yeah. Pretty sure it's Rumble in the Bronx, right? Because it's right around the same time. Also, you missed the Bruce Campbell.
That's true.
Kale, the most cathartic.
I love how the... Well, I love how this mirrors earlier when he shot the guy in the back who was running, and now she gets to turn the tables on him.
Yep.
It's a great bit of blocking and visual poetry.
Yeah. And also...
And Marge gets to be the hero.
It's also a little High Plains driftery, if you will. A little bit of a Western style finale. The thing about this movie is, like, it's not an overly violent movie. Like, there's violence
except for that one scene.
Yeah.
Well, and I have to say, I think, and this may sound weird, but I think there's few things as creepily beautiful in a movie as blood splatter on snow. Because the contrast of the deep red blood on the icy white snow.
Blood splatter on anything white a lot of the time. I thought Tarantino did something. I think we brought this up in an earlier watch along.
Well, we were talking about it with Kill Bill.
Right. That's what. And so it was in
when
that.
When the bride is outside with Omer and Ishii after she fights the crazy 88s.
And then the cotton in Django was the thing I was thinking of too, because there's the sequences in the
Django is real good.
Yeah, Django's real good. That's one that I love that movie.
Yep, The House of Blue Leaves, exactly. Well, there's that fan film that's really good that takes place in the snow.
Yep, Never Hike Alone in the Snow.
Yep.
If you have not seen Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone in the Snow, you're doing yourself a disservice. Please check them out.
They're really good.
They're very easily accessible. Even better, you can buy them on Blu-ray through Womp Stomp Studio. If you have not, Womp Stomp doesn't give us money. They don't endorse us, but I'll endorse the shit out of the stuff that they do because their Friday the 13th fan films rival the movies. And speaking of that, Friday the 13th, the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash was going to take place at Camp Crystal Lake in the winter. The comic goes there.
They should do a movie that's Camp Crystal Lake at the winter.
I think we were real close to that happening a couple of times, but, you know. The shot on her face is so good.
And the score.
Yeah. And again, like most of kind of like she said too, right? All for such a little bit of money. All this violence, all this carnage. It like destroyed lives.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just a sec. Look, Jerry, you really brought this on yourself. Let's be real.
That's what you get when you let your heart win.
Paramore, nicely done.
Hmm?
They announced it. I love that this little last conversation with them is just so little about stamps in the best way.
It's such a
human.
Simple, sweet way to end it. Very human.
Yeah, it just, like, the thing I like about it too is, again, the whole movie is about the chaos of this shit happening, right? And like all these lives getting turned upside down, but theirs didn't. Like through all of it, it was like it all came down to a 3-cent stamp. And there's something kind of beautiful about that.
Yep. Well, that's Fargo. I missed like the climactic 15 minutes.
Oh man, it's so good. What a good movie.
So
I'm
good.
so glad that this was a choice tonight. Like,
I hope Brandy liked it since she had never seen it before.
I hope so too, because this is...
What'd you think, Brandy? Let us know in the chat. Chatty chat.
Oh, hi again. Me. Apparently, I don't know what the hell just happened. Maxwell, I'm going to guess, either accidentally hit the back bar or his computer died again, which I hope is not the case. Patty, I hope you enjoyed it as well, because I know this was also your first time watching. But guys, what a movie. That was Fargo. Again, you guys are the reason we do all this. Brandy, you loved it. I love that you loved it. Again, this is my top 20 movies of all time. Like, I love this movie. So I'm really glad that we got to enjoy it together in this way. Maxwell's coming back. His device may or may not be connected. I'm not really quite sure. We're about to find out. There he is.
StreamYard froze again.
Oh, perfect.
I was going to say, if you notice in the credits, the film editor is Roderick Janes, who is just the Coen brothers. That's their pseudonym or nom de plume that they use to edit movies.
Yep. Well, man, we did it. Did you have fun? Well, I mean, I guess that's the wrong thing to ask after all the shenanigans of computering, but, you know, movie's still good, right?
Great movie.
That's what matters. You got anything you want to add before we get the hell out of here?
Only thing I want to add is tomorrow at 2:30, I'm going to be on Speaking of Schmodown.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So check that out. It's live on their channel. And if I'm not mistaken, we are going to... Hold on, I just want to make sure I have this right. Speak about the Schmodown.
I think you've been misled. It's actually kind of like a silent movie thing.
Well, whatever they need from me, I'm here for it.
Okay, perfect. As long as you're good with it, then...
That's true. Amber will also be on that show. So that'll be fun. Yeah, thank you, Brandy, for picking this movie. I was really happy to revisit. I'm probably going to go back and watch the last 20 minutes again. Yes, Marie Wilson's the other guest on Speaking of Schmodown, so that's sure to be fun. We'll see you all Sunday night for the Unwind. And again, PJ, congratulations on another excellent pay-per-view with top-notch questions.
Thank you, my friend. I'm exhausted, but it was worth it. And I hope everyone had fun. And let's do it again next week because we got another fun.
We'll do it on Monday. Where can everyone find you online, Paja?
Twitter, Instagram, PJ_Campbell, here, hanging out, bullshitting, having fun, unwinding, watching movies, same old. Movie Trivia Schmodown, be nice to the writers, only human. Love you. Thank you.
You can find me on Twitter at Cinemaxwell, Instagram at Cinemaxwell Inc. You can find me competing in the First Class League. I can't officially say when my first match is, but it's not soon. As I mentioned, I'll be on Speaking of Schmodown tomorrow at 2:30 live. And who else? Who knows where else I may pop up? I'm sort of...
You roam.
I just kind of show up places because people are like, hey, and I'm like, hey. And they're like, you want it? And I'm like, okay. And then like I was like, oh, what about that thing at that place with that guy that time? And then they're like, well, I don't know about that time, but how about the other time where that girl was at that place with the thing and the dress? And I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So, you know, it's just a whole thing. They don't know that we know that they know.
They know we know.
But they don't know that we know that they know that we know.
But they know we know.
But they don't know that we know that they know.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Box, the exciting show where we open a box and decide if the box rocks or if it's a box full of rocks.
I don't know if this is going to be a good episode.